The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmood Yakubu, has summoned a meeting with leaders of political parties over the reported clashes among their supporters in some states. Yakubu disclosed this in Abuja on Tuesday during the training of master trainers on election technology for the 2023 general election, as the police plan to spend 13 billion naira on the purchase of firearms and other security hardware ahead of the polls. The hostilities between the parties are happening barely 3 weeks after the campaigns officially kicked off, and the political parties and their presidential candidates signed the peace accord under the auspices of the National Peace Committee. Ahead of the commencement of the campaigns on September 28, there had been hostile and abusive verbal exchanges between the supporters of the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the Labour Party flag bearer, Peter Obi. A viral video of the Pirates confraternity, in which the members were mocking a leading presidential candidate in a song, also attracted anger and condemnations across the country. Sequel to these incidents, the police warned politicians and their supporters against engaging in hate speech and cyberbullying and threatening to prosecute violators by relevant laws, adding that they could be charged under the Cybercrime Prohibition, Prevention and so on Act, Electoral Act, or even Terrorism Act, depending on the content of the speeches. Regardless of the Police Riot Act, hoodlums on Monday attacked the People's Democratic Party presidential campaign mega rally in Kaduna. The attackers reportedly came into the Ranchers B Stadium venue with sticks and machetes and attacked the party's supporter, leaving many injured. Also, thugs bombarded the residence of the PDP governorship candidate in Zamfara, Dr. Dauda Lawal, on Saturday. During the violence, some people were injured while campaign buses were vandalized and looted. Apparently, worried by the rising wave of violence, the Inec chairman warned that parties, candidates and their supporters should not, by acts of commission or omission, further complicate the prevailing security situation in the country. He stated, even as the commission is working hard to ensure a credible process in the forthcoming elections, reports of clashes among the parties and their supporters in some states of the country during the ongoing electioneering is worrisome. So too is the reported denial of access to public facilities for parties and candidates in some states of the Federation. Let me caution parties and their supporters to focus on issues and steer clear of attacks on each other. These are not only violations of the Electoral Act 2022, but also negate the voluntary commitment by all political parties and candidates to the letter and spirit of the peace accord signed about 3 weeks ago under the auspices of the National Peace Committee. Speaking further, Yakubu disclosed that the electoral body would continue to monitor the situation closely, adding that Inec would also meet with security agencies over the rising political tension in the country. He added, a peaceful electioneering campaign is critical to the conduct of peaceful and credible elections. The Commission will continue to monitor the situation closely and will convene a meeting with leaders of political parties next week to discuss, among other issues, the imperative of peaceful campaigns and equal access to public facilities. In the same vein, the Commission will also meet with the security agencies under the auspices of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security next week. Speaking on the attack in Kaduna, the All Progressive Congress debunked reports that its governorship candidate, Uba Sani, masterminded a violent assault on a rally for the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar in the state. The Kaduna State APC Publicity Secretary Alhaji Salisu Usonu, in a statement on Tuesday, dismissed the allegations by a former Deputy Publicity Secretary of the party, Timi Frank. Timi Frank is perfect for the hatchet job of running his mouth, going by his antecedent on a matter that is ill-informed about, the party stated, describing the ex-party official as a professional hireling on a new assignment to complement his income as the so-called ambassador of United Liberation Movement for West Papua to East Africa, and the Middle East. The statement reads in part, "Indeed, the People's Democratic Party has elected spokesmen at the state and national levels, including those at the Presidential Campaign Council, as well as the battery of media aides that its presidential candidates parades. However, given the reputational damage that it may cause them, apart from possible litigation, the party chose an unsavory character to carry its dubious message, which is laden with injurious falsehood." He explained that the Ranchers Beach Township Stadium venue of the PDP rally was half empty to the utter embarrassment of PDP chieftains in a state that has a former vice president, an ex-governor, and a two-term senator, including a former national chairman of the party. On the day of the alleged attack, the APC said the majority of Kaduna residents were at the Arewa House to interact with its presidential candidate, Tinubu. Meanwhile, the federal government has approved 13.4 billion naira for the purchase of armored personnel carriers and other operational vehicles, firearms, ammunition, and other security hardware for the police. This is happening barely 4 months before the 2023 general elections. The purchase is believed to be part of the efforts to scale up the capacity of the police to tackle election-related violence and attacks. The government also approved 520.7 million naira for the acquisition of firearms for the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, while the Nigeria Correctional Service would receive 1.4 billion naira. The Punch confirmed that the three services will get a total of 15.3 billion naira for security equipment in the 2023 appropriation bill, apart from the allocation for personnel, recurrent and capital projects. A further breakdown of the allocation according to the police budget showed that 1.9 billion naira was budgeted for the procurement of arms, ammunition, and protective gear, 7.8 billion naira for the purchase of security equipment, while 150 million naira was earmarked for the provision of security vehicles for outfits in Yuli and other locations in North Central. This is coming amid the clamor for increased funding for the agency for procurement of arms and ammunition to prevent future attacks on custodial centers. Inec summons parties, police plans 13 billion naira firearm purchase. Inec is cautioning political parties to beware. They just signed a peace accord that they are going to be peaceful in their campaigns and everything they do. Just immediately after that, violence here and there. Propagandas, attacks, war of words, that's what we've been seeing. Well, guys, leave us your own take. Thank you once again for staying tuned, and please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Till I come your way again on more updates. Bye.